Hey guys and ladies, Ramsey here. Welcome to another live stream. And today, the praying hands mean something a little bit more because we lost an icon in the fragrance and fashion world, Mr. Francesco Robaneta. He was 88 years old. Pretty good life. I think I'd take 88 now if you gave it to me. But, you know, I just uploaded kind of a tribute video, if you want to call it that, to him. And to what he meant for me personally, especially since, my old man's signature scent was Paco Rabanne pour Homme. And I wore this today. As soon as I kind of found out that that he had passed away. This ended up being my scent of the day, and man, it really is beautiful. This is a newer bottle. Well, it's an old bottle, you can tell by the raised R, but it's a newer bottle for me, and this is the first time I've actually worn it. I got this for $30, 50 mils, such a steal, such a great value for money. And I really enjoyed wearing this today. I had been testing so many new things, and I was actually gonna do another early impression today of another fragrance that I've never smelled before. I still have a couple. There's a lot that I still want to get to. There's Black by Comme des Garçons. There is Latin Exclusive. Someone sent me a decant of a Parfum de Marly I've never smelled before. There's a bunch of stuff I wanted to talk about, but I ended up, of course, for the tribute and for the memories, really. It was like, I'm 37 years old, and this was my old man's signature scent for as long as I've been around, as long as I've been alive, basically. I remember smelling this on him when I was a little kid, and I remember smelling this on him, when he was at my house a couple weekends ago. So it's just like, it's a really personal scent for me. And losing, we just lost Thierry Mugler last year. Rozen du Matou dropped dead out of nowhere. I don't think anyone was expecting that. And same with Thierry Mugler. They were both very young. At least Paco Rabanne was a little bit older. It's looking back on some of those pictures and learning a little bit about him in ways I never knew about. Never knew some of the details that I kind of learned today looking into his life. It was kind of a cool thing. So how's everyone doing? Hope you all are doing well. I have another very exciting stream lined up because we're going to try 4 new Amouages today. We're going to try Ciel Woman. We are going to try Sunshine Woman. We're going to try Memoir Woman. And we are going to try Material, which was basically one of the first Amouages that was unisex, but it was put in the women's bottle. I think it was released at the same time as Boundless, which I have. I have a bottle of Boundless. So, all right, let me catch up on the comments. Dushan, thank you for being here, my friend. Scent of the night for Dushan is Drakkar Noir. Beautiful. There's a little bit of, I was mentioning this actually in the review because I did a top 5. I did a top 5 Paco Rabanne too in my Paco Rabanne tribute video I just did. And I mentioned there's a little bit of that 80s, if you guys know Sport de Paco Rabanne, there's a little bit of this 80s dihydromercenol thing in here, but it's blended so well. Like, I would almost rather wear this than Drakkar Noir. I don't know if you guys have ever smelled this, but this is one of my favorite sport fragrances, Sport de Paco Rabanne. This is a Rozen du Matou. Speaking of people we've lost recently, yeah, this is a Rozen du Matou creation. Hey Rich, welcome, my friend. Hope you're doing well, brother. Music of the Night, Requiem, Mass of the Dead by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. What a brilliant piece of music that is, eh? Dushan being his professional self as usual. Scent of the day, Uncut Gem, Glorious. Are you being serious or are you fucking with everyone, Benji? I haven't smelled Uncut Gem, so I can't pick a side. But if you're being serious, that would be interesting. Only kidding, Rich. It's soulless. There you go. There's your answer. Soulless, like many modern perfumery pieces, eh? What are you guys wearing? Drop your scent of the day. Drop your favorite Paco Rabannes in the chat too. I'd love to know what everyone's favorite is. And hey, if 1 million is your favorite Paco Rabanne, put it in the chat. Don't be shy. Scent of the night, Frederic Mal Monsieur. It's a beauty. I love the patchouli in that with the tangerine and rum. Is it rum or liquor or whatever it is? Hey, Michael John, welcome, my friend. Like the stream for our team? That's right. Still haven't got my nose on Uncut Gem, but I'm not in a hurry to. I'm the exact same lender on a bender. Exact same as you. If it happens, someone sends me some, I'll talk about it, but otherwise I'm not going to run out and go buy it. When I heard Sebastian, who says he likes pretty much everything, everything is that even the stuff he doesn't like is usually, well, it's good. It's just not for me. When he was like, I don't know about this, I was like, oh God, this is going bad real fast. Scent of the day, 31 Rue Cambon. Man, I'm waiting for spring to roll around before I rock that. Although the snow is melting. It got all the way up to like 50 degrees here in Texas, but there's still like snow patches in the shadows. I was able to go to my P.O. box and I did an unboxing video on my Paco Rabanne video at the end, but I'll just ruin it for you guys because I want to show you guys this. So I actually unboxed this today. Jean Patou pour Homme Privé from 1994, I believe. This is thanks to Mike B, who you'll see in the comments sometimes. Not Mike V, Mike B. He does not joke like Mike B, I'll tell you that. And he ended up getting me this. Well, he didn't get it for me. I bought it from him. But he gave me a very fair price. He could have really marked this up. And you can see that's a very fair amount of juice left. That's probably 50 mils of this hollowed juice. I've come to really like the little cap because it's a so you kind of so you lift it up and then you turn it, and each turn is like, so that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, and then it opens. So when you close it, you do the same thing, so you know it's actually shut. Like here's 1, here's 2. Like you would think it's closed now, but it's not. You have to go 3. There you go. Now it's shut. I like that. That's a badass cap for a splash. I'm a fan. And they give you instructions on the front right here, and you would think, why the hell do you need instructions? But no, it's actually very important to make sure you do the whole 3 half turns each time kind of thing. But anyways, one of the best lavenders I've ever smelled, Patou pour Homme Privé. So I unboxed this. And I also unboxed some samples that were very kindly sent to me by one of you. And I can't remember if that person was okay with me saying his name. I'm going to check right now. I know that someone recently wanted to remain anonymous. Okay, let's see. I'm just trying to see if he was okay with me giving his name or if he wanted to remain anonymous. I can't remember. Okay, I'll have to just say thank you some other time. I don't want to sit here looking for it all day. Let's catch up on the comments. Exciting indeed. Good evening. So, bloody hell, Benji. Benji's just messing with you, Rich. Sense of the day, Dessandra's. I definitely traded up. Yes, that's right. What do you make of that? I love that stuff. I think it's amazing. It's perfume for people like us. Rachel, thanks for being here. Thank you for your very kind offer for the vintage Ubar, by the way. Those bottles are very rare. Dessandra's again. Beautiful. You can't go wrong with Dessandra's, man. Snap. Hello, Julio. Up in this piece. Welcome, my friend. Hey, Andy. What's up, man? Dessandra's as well. Dessandra Trio. I love it. The Dessandra Musketeers. No way. Rachel's wearing Dessandra as well. I love it. Hey, Allie. Oh, special shout out to Allie because these Amouage videos basically would not be happening without her. So thanks for creating these beautiful samples for me, Allie. Very, very kind of you, my friend. Thank you very much. How about today we do them in order of when they came out? So I think CL Woman is first. And so a couple of videos ago, it took about 30 minutes until I put the first spray on my hand. We got it done in about 21 minutes yesterday. Let's get it done by about the 20-minute mark today. CL Woman came out in 2003. Yeah, so it's going to be first in this line. I really like CL Man. So, I'm hoping that I also like CL Woman. Frag Buddies today as a whole. There's a you guys are quintuplets? 4. Don't forget Rachel. Her first time wearing it. What do you make of it? First of all, have you ever smelled Devon? And if you have, do you get the Devon association? Because Antoine Lee loves referencing vintage perfume, I think. He loves throwing this in there. Do you get the Devon association? Just out of curiosity. All of you are in Dessandra's? Tressandras? There's actually 4. You got to add Rachel. Violet Queer de Russi. I don't know that one, Andy. I don't know that one at all, man. Ombre Perso. That's a good amber, Ajay. I've got a decant of it. I need to do a video on it one day. I want your thoughts too, Rich. Yes, we all want your thoughts. I was worried it might be too harsh or bold, but I love it. Right? It's amazing. I mean, there is some harshness and there is some boldness in there, but Antoine Lee's doing special things, man. He's at the top of his game, at the peak of his power. Quatres. That's good. That was a good one. Yep, I agree with you. We're in agreement there, Rachel. Yes, what do you guys think? Yeah, man. Scott sent me some serious things to discuss. That Bortnikov I discussed was from him, I believe. There's a bunch of these little Zerzhofs and Bodiseyas, and I think there were a couple of Memo Paris, a bunch of stuff I've never talked about on the channel. And I think there was a Beaufort fragrance in there too. He sent me a whole bunch of stuff, a ton of content. So shout out to Scott for one of the 3-hour live stream unboxing. One of those 4 boxes was from him. Really need to get that Paco Sport. Yes, you do. And you know what? You know what the other thing is, Andy, is that now that he's dead, I hate to say this to sound morbid, but now that he's dead, prices are going to go up. It happened when Thierry Mugler went as well. You know, when Thierry Mugler, you know, passed away, the Thierry Mugler fragrances just went ape shit in price. And I bet you it's going to happen again. So if you have a mind to grab this, go do it now before it may even be too late. I mean, you know, we're only 12 hours in, but news travels fast. I think it was Nishane that left me a message on my YouTube, and it was literally like the first article I saw was like 18 minutes after he had passed away or something. And Nishane left me a voicemail or a message on my YouTube, and I went and looked it up. And, you know, like the speed of information nowadays is unbelievable. That's right. We're brothers. We're brothers across the pond, man. You leave a message on mine, you leave a message on Rich's. You leave a message on Rich's, you're leaving a message on mine. We are Ram Duck. Aramis 900. Beautiful. Amazing rose. One of my favorite masculine roses. That's right. That's right, Rich. This is you unboxed Dunhill Blend 30 today, which your Dunhill Blend 30 unboxing was beautiful, by the way. And both of these, you unboxed Dunhill Blend 30. I unboxed Patou pour un Privé today. They are both deep in the heart of Ram Duck territory, probably sitting in the capital city, behind the walls, armed guards, Praetorian Guard out front, making sure no one gets through. These are exactly our kind of fragrances that we want to collect, you know? So yes, glorious day indeed. I need to decant this and wear some of it. Make sure it's what I remember from the sample. I'm sure it is, but it does have some stuff floating in there. But it's probably probably pieces of Mysore sandalwood. Look at the box. Looks like wood. It's like the box from the box actually looks the same, I think, as the original Patou pour un, but it looks like sandalwood. Even the box smells good, man. Yeah, I mean they you know what's crazy is this was like $30 or something retail in the 80s. Unbelievable. To be honest, I'm a fan of masculine cheapers, but the opening of Tonnerre wasn't a love at first sniff, but once it dries down a bit after 15 minutes, it became pretty darn beautiful. Have you tried Devon, Scott? You need to try Devon if you haven't. Not a huge fan of that smoky opening. It will grow on you. It'll grow on you. Privé versus Ma Liberté EDP. Yes, that video will happen one day. It will happen. Oh, I'm not getting involved in this. I love my modern Aramis 900. Would love to get a vintage, but my monthly budget is way over the red line. I know the feeling. Hey, Antonio. Hope you're getting a day off, man. Got today Amouage Lilac Love. I've never smelled that, Allie. Lilac Love. Let me look that up just out of curiosity. Lilac Love. You know what I want to smell from Amouage, along with Lilac Love, just out of curiosity, is incense rose or rose incense or something. Someone was mentioning it's way better than that Crimson Rock that I tried yesterday. I actually liked Crimson Rock, but Crimson Rock is one of the strongest fragrances I've tried in a long time. Like when you put it up to your nose, you know, you can smell the fragrance, but even when my arm was away, like of all the stuff that I had on me yesterday, Crimson Rock is what I smelled constantly. Like It smells almost stronger from far away than close up. The synthetics in it are unbelievable. They are so powerful. Antaeus. Yeah, can't go wrong there. Yeah, Aramis. Yep, those are good shouts, Scott. Yeah. Would you consider that a masculine Chypre, though, Dushan? That's the only thing. Cambodia Oud by Gary Glitter. Never smelled it. Madiha. Mr. Anwar, welcome. I don't think I've seen you before. Welcome to the channel. I'm looking to get a vintage Mitsuko. Oh, man, I would love a vintage Mitsuko. I mean, I have a vintage Mitsuko and Eau de Toilette. I want the vintage X-Ray. Yep. Diaghilev and Salome are two amazing fragrances. Yeah, Jubilation 25 as well. More thoughts on Dessandra's. The smoke is so perfect in very cold weather. It's fantastic. It is amazing. The smoke. Eugene described it as a church in the forest. I kind of get that. Bought a new bottle of Salome yesterday. Top tier stuff. Also looking for another Jubilation 25 woman. Can't get enough. Those are good. Cannot go wrong there. I like Beaufort too. He sent me, I think it was called Fathom 5. The Fathom 5, Scott. Yeah. Fathom 5. I haven't talked about this yet because I haven't worn it yet, but it smells very green and very floral. Not what I was expecting from a Beaufort London from the Atomizer, but we'll see. I love their fragrances, so I'm a fan. Got some 80s Mitsuko EDTs on my eBay wish list. Yeah, it was Anuj that found me this one, and I can tell you it is absolutely beautiful. But to be fair, I enjoy wearing my Eau de Parfum from 2014 just as much. Like, I love them both. I couldn't even say, like, you would expect me to be like, oh, the vintage is so superior. It's not. Like, they're both so good. I mean, Eugene did a stream yesterday where he talked about this, this conundrum of which Mitsuko version is best, but he has had the experience of smelling the X-Ray, which I never have. So I'm a little bit at odds. Ombre Perceau lasting way too long. Maybe I'll rub it off and try vintage Aramis today for scent of the evening. Yeah, I usually never rub stuff off. I just kind of let it roll. Happiest of Fridays indeed, Shiva. Welcome, my friend. Shiva has tentatively agreed to join our little fragrance family one of these days to talk about the samples I sent him. I would love to get his thoughts. I know he's an Amouage fan. Rachel, Beaufort Iron Duke is awesome. It is. I completely agree with that. I completely agree. I think this or Raker Ruin are the two best Beauforts I've smelled. If you like Amouage, I'm telling you, Iron Duke, definitely. If the new Amouage Royal Tobacco is your thing, Iron Duke. The one that I'm not so sold on is this one, Tonnerre. This is dark, deep smoke. I mean, it almost smells like, the smoke almost smells like a fire, like after it's put out. Like, imagine you put like a bag over the fire and cut off its air supply, but that black smoke is still kind of coming out. That's how the smoke comes across in this Tonnerre. This is probably, I'm going to say it's a little too challenging even for me to really, wear without thinking, wow, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I love challenging fragrances, but that Tonnerre, or however they pronounce it, Tenere is, it's really a lot. It's a 2015 release. It's gunpowder, lemon, bergamot, ginger, brandy, blood, spindrift, cypress, lime, grapefruit, bergamot, woods, amber, atlas cedar, fir balsam, birch, and cistus. And it was done by Julie Dunkley and Julie Marlowe, the two Julies. It's black smoke. It's crazy. All right, let me get this first one on my skin. Let's get the Cial going from 2003. Cial Woman on the left wrist. Let me write this down. Cial Woman. Left wrist. All right, here we go. Come on, baby. Yesterday's stream was good. Let's keep the good vibes going. Come on, Amouage. Don't let us down. Don't let us down, baby. This is very traditionally feminine, but I'll tell you what, it is instantly quality. This would smell amazing on a woman. Lots of white florals, lots of florals in general, I think, just like a floral bouquet, like a beautiful floral bouquet. Maybe like a floral bouquet with a little bit of powder and that vintage Amouage, like Omani white frankincense. That's the vibe that I'm getting right now. Like florals by a lake. You know what I mean? Like beautiful flowers growing around a lake. It's beautiful. It's just very traditionally feminine, very traditional. For the guys that are getting hyped about Blend 30 and Patou Pour en Privé, Cial Woman is exactly the opposite of all of that. Probably if it was in the 4 yesterday, it would have been my least favorite, but it is very good. I really like Cial Man. I don't know if anyone else really is familiar with Cial Man. I never hear anyone else talk about it. Look at the dent I've put in this. It's because it's one of my warm weather Amouages. I like wearing this in the warm weather. And I like wearing this in the rain. There's something about the frankincense, a silver frankincense with lavender. There's peach in here, but it smells very unique. And actually, I can see a comparison. This is like a very fresh floral bouquet to me. You know, that's why I said spring, like a warmer spring day. The butterflies are flying around. The flowers are blooming. You know, everything's kind of green. And it's that vibe. It's very, it's got that uplifting freshness to it. I bet you someone who likes Lily of the Valley fragrances, like I bet you if you like something like, if you like something like Diarissimo, which is Rudnitska's Lily of the Valley fragrance, I bet you would really like Cial Woman. Let's see if there's Lily of the Valley in here. Nope, there's Water Lily. So there's Water Lily, Jasmine, Cyclamen, Gardenia, Peach Blossom, and Rose. That's a lot of flowers. Cyclamen, Jasmine, Peach Blossom, Gardenia, Rose, Water Lily, 6 flowers, and violet leaves with amber, musk, sandalwood, frankincense, and cedar. There's the frankincense. There's definitely that Omani silver frankincense going. And look at the color of the cap. I mean, of Cial for men. You know, that's actually a pretty good, you know, that's silver frankincense. That's a pretty good combo with the jewel there. So yes, this is good, but it's very traditionally feminine. Very. Let's catch up on the comments. Ram Duck indeed. Ram Duck for president. Fathom 5 oddly grew on me quickly. Green punch in the face. Is it green floral punch in the face? It does smell green for sure. All right, that's good stuff. I can't wait to try that, man. Maybe tomorrow. So many early impression videos to do. And then on the video that I did as a tribute to Paco Rabanne, I got these decants sent to me from a perfume god person. One is La Curie Laria. Laria, are you guys familiar with Laria? Larrea by La Curie. I don't think I've smelled anything from this brand, but I've heard of them. Thomas from Early Greek has talked about this brand before. They have like an incense thing. And he sent me Santa Maria Novella Acqua de Cuba, which actually smells amazing from the atomizer. I mean, it smells like this could be one of the best honey tobaccos I've ever smelled. Like just from like not even spraying it, but just what I get from the little residue around the outside. This smells really good. And then he also sent me a Serge Luton I've never smelled before called La Participe Passé. Are you guys familiar with this one? I've never smelled it, but it smells good from the atomizer. Kind of, you know, ambery, slightly smoky. And then one of the ones I'm most excited about, well, he sent me Tabac, which is from this brand that I had actually never heard of before. Oh crap, I probably won't be able to find it again. Let's see if I can find it again. La Via del Profumo. Is anyone familiar with that brand? La Via del Profumo. I've never heard of them before. Or if I have, I've never smelled anything from them before. So this smells amazing too. Tobacco, tonka, vanilla, and cistus. And then finally, one of the ones I think I'm most excited about, he sent me Orto Parisi Bocanera, which is like this violet. It literally looks like a violet color, but it smells like, from what's around the outside, it smells like the violet leaf, like the gasoline, like Fahrenheit like vibe, but with more smoke. Like it smells like a smokier Fahrenheit, which I'm down for that, man. So yeah, so I got these samples to discuss as well. So many new things to talk about on the channel. Thanks to the Perfume God people and everyone that sent me stuff. So I'm very excited about that. All right, let's catch up on the comments. Hear about the guy who was convicted under the Treason Act in UK for roaming around Buckingham Palace with a loaded crossbow, wanting to kill the Queen, was caught in 21 and convicted today. I did not. That's insane. A loaded crossbow. I'm sorry, Ram, for not bringing some good news today, but I will soon. I promise. We need to stay optimistic. Yes, we do. But you know what? I appreciate you telling me because it let me prepare. If you wouldn't have told me, I wouldn't have been able to make Paco Rabanne pour on my scent of the day today, because you told me early enough in the day where I was able to, you know, I was able to wear it as my scent of the day, because I was going to wear one of the other samples that I want to try and do an early impression video on. So I'm glad you told me when you did. So thank you. I wear Fathom 5 to the gym primarily to ensure that I can claim a bench as no one wants to get close to me. Oh, that's good stuff. Let me turn off the television. Oh, I have Devon. I need a vintage bottle though. Nice. If you have Devon, you get the similarity in the opening. I think you'd like Incense Rose by Amouage, and also Myths Woman if you have a sample. I don't think I have a sample of Myths Woman. Or if I do, it's not. I need to hunt for it with all those samples in, so I'll stumble across it later. I love Chong, man. Hey, Ace of Souls, welcome. You made it before coming in at the very end of the day today. You're going to be able to catch the whole live. Welcome, my friend. Congrats on your first Amouage bottle, by the way. Oh, I have a sample of Incense Rose. I'm going to put it on. I've never smelled it. Prices were crazy in the years gone by. My El Azure Pure Fragrance Spray has the original price label on the box for $4.35. Isn't that something? That Azure is one of my favorite leather chypres of all time. I don't think you can spend much more money. For the money that you spend on that fragrance, I don't think you can find a fragrance of that quality for that kind of money. Even the $200-300 you're paying today for it, it's worth it. Yeah, I see Mitsuko as completely unisex as well. What a fragrance Mitsuko is, man. I can't wait to smell the extrait. If the extrait of Mitsuko is anything like as good as the extrait of that Val de Nuit I was going on about last week is, oh my goodness. Have you smelled Areej Parfums? I have not. I've never smelled an Areej. Nope. Sorry, Perry. It's one of the houses. You know, there's just so many houses. That's what I was saying the other day to somebody. I've never smelled a Mayo Fusione, although Shiva's going to send me a sample of one, so I'll finally get my nose on one. I've never smelled a Perfumum Roma, although I've got some samples coming. I've never smelled Roman Mongrial or whatever his name is. There's just so many houses. It's like, you know, it's impossible to keep up with everything. And quite frankly, me and Rich Mitch were talking about this today. I don't think you want to keep up with everything. I think you want to just wear the things you love, right? Wear the things you love. Discover some new stuff sometimes, but be very particular in what you buy. Only buy the stuff that you really love and you want a full bottle of. And then back up the stuff that you really love with one backup, you know. I probably went a little overboard on backing up a couple fragrances. Like I've got, you know, 5 bottles of Koros. I have 5 bottles of Antaeus. I have 4 bottles of Opium for women. You know, I probably don't need that many. Probably one backup is okay. But yes, I really, there's this balancing act in when you get deep into fragrances like we are, because I was telling Rich Mitch today too, I like being an explorer, you know, like what I'm doing today, getting to know these Amouage is exploring. Like I'm learning about new fragrances I've never smelled before. And, you know, I can kind of categorize them in my mind so I can recall them later on. And, you know, some of them, if they're good enough, like yesterday, those 4 Amouages I tried yesterday, all full bottle worthy, all of them to me. And so, you know, I'm just kind of in this, let me turn the light on. It's getting dark. Yeah, so I'm just kind of in this, you know, I'm in this situation where I want to wear what I love on one hand, but I also want to kind of explore some new stuff on the other hand. It's great that I can kind of put it on the channel, but that's the balancing act. If you only explore, you never get to wear the stuff you love, because you're always discovering new stuff, because there's thousands of fragrances that come out a year. It's impossible to keep up. You can't smell everything. Most of it's shite anyways. You don't want to smell everything. Nice. I appreciate that, Perry. It's on the list, man. I've heard about Areej Parfums. Ma Bet and MXXX are the 2 from the house I really want to try. That's right. Actually, there's a rumor going around. Eugene was telling me about this. He said there's some bottles in 2012 or 11, 12, 13, and 14 that Thierry Vasser got into this like almost like this compulsion that he wanted to make Mitsuko as close to the original as possible. And there's some like grail bottles of Mitsuko in 11, 12, 13, 14. This is a 2014 bottle, so it's right at the end of that time period. But yeah, Eugene would know more than I would about it. But all I know is I think this is amazing. And actually, I think this is my preferred. You know, if you really twisted my arm, I would probably say I prefer this over the Eau de Toilette, the vintage Eau de Toilette that from the 80s or 90s. Ah, Anuj, a beautiful scent of the day too, my friend. Do you have any vintage XS? If you do, set it aside for me. Set the OG XS pour homme or partial. If you have a partial tester or something, set it aside. I should have XS in my collection, like especially since it's a Gerard Anthony and he's one of my favorite perfumers, you know. I just got a bottle of 2001 Abbey Rouge today as well. Save your money. I told you that the newer version of Abbey Rouge is very good. Like this is a 9TO3. I think this is a 2009 bottle, if I'm not mistaken. But It is absolutely fantastic. Fantastic. And I have a bottle in the older style. If I showed you, you'd be able to tell it's an older bottle just by the deeper red logo and the way it's written, and it's a splash, and it's one of the older splash bottles. So it's probably, I don't know, 15 or 20 years older than this bottle. The biggest difference is in the base, the leather is a little bit more. It's a little bit more animalic, and the leather comes out a little bit harsher. This is slightly tweaked for modern noses, if you will, but I love them both. This is so good. For me, this is one of my favorite masculines of all time. And in the heat, oh my God, Abbey Rouge it just sings in the heat. Now, I did a early impression video on a decant that Keith Manleyson sent me, and it was from the house of Ettore Bugatti, and it was their very first fragrance for men from the early 90s, and it borrows heavily from this, almost like a clone, of Abbey Rouge. But there are some differences. You can go check out my review, but I was shocked by how close. Obviously, the OG guy that founded Bugatti really liked Abbey Rouge, and shout out to him, because I think this is an amazing fragrance. Have you smelled Areej Parfums? No, I've not, but I'm hoping to. I'm hoping to smell that house soon. It's on the list. Nishane, my friend. Scott, I wear the Night to the gym to ensure I can work out alone. I really like the Night. I don't think it's as hard to wear as people say, but I don't think I have a vintage bottle either. That's Dia? What's that, Rachel? What's Dia? This one? No, this is Ciel Man. Ciel. C-I-E-L. Best review of rose incense on Fragrantica says it smells like a horny Catholic priest after midnight. Oh, man, it's a good thing Mike V's not here to hear this. Good evening, everyone. Scent of the night is Cabochard, a beauty. Cabochard's a beauty, man. Yes, the one we're trying first was Ciel Woman. Yes. Ciel Woman. I think you would really like this, Rachel. Do you have a bottle? Actually, I prefer this to Honor 43. I'll tell you that. If you're going to twist my arm and make me wear a heavy floral fragrance, I would wear Ciel Woman over Honor 43. There you go. I've decided to sell some of my backups and get an Amouage vintage strain. I feel like it's now or never with the current reformulation. Let me know what some of the backups you're selling. Well, you can't ship it to me anyways, Pipe. I don't know what I'm saying. I've been wanting to buy Ciel Woman, and Andy says probably best to do it now. I think Andy was mentioning to me earlier that word about the new terrible Amouage reforms is out, and that all of those old bottles that used to just kind of hang around, they're all just getting scooped up. So yeah, I think you guys are right. I have not smelled an Amouage post Fishman that I've been happy with. Do it. Yeah, I actually liked Silver Oud. I will admit, I liked Silver Oud. I also liked Royal Tobacco, but I didn't like Royal Tobacco enough to buy a bottle, mostly because of Iron Duke. Iron Duke does for me what Royal Tobacco does in just basically the same way. It's not the same fragrance, but it moves me in the same way. It makes me feel the same way. I feel like I'm wearing something very similar. So yeah, I'm not going to buy Royal Tobacco, but I did like Silver Oud. But I worry I made a mistake buying the new 100 ml when I should have got the old 50 ml bottle when I had a chance. So I won't make that mistake again. No more new Amouages for me. Just like no more new Creeds, no more new Amouages, no more new Rojas, no more new MFKs. We already went down this path yesterday, but have yet to try Ciel Man. To top of my list to try, I haven't tried our Bracken Man, beautiful Fougere, Beach Hut. Oh, it's so green. Epic is probably my favorite from that list you mentioned. But Ciel is very good. It gets overlooked because it has this lavender. Very few Amouages use lavender. But the lavender makes it a little bit gentlemanly, and like you can see how easy it is to wear. Like I'll wear this to work and stuff like that in occasions where maybe you don't want to wear Epic or Interlude or, one of the big heavier ones. You want to wear something more traditional, but it still has that Amouage, like, that Amouage, quality, and the frankincense. The silver frankincense in here is stunning. It is very, very good, very overlooked. And the way that peach note is used, I love Cial. I think it's discontinued. I don't know for sure, but I believe it might be discontinued. Yeah, it is. Cial Man is discontinued. It's bergamot, lavender, lily of the valley. So this is the one that has lily of the valley. I thought when I was smelling Cial Woman that I was getting a lily of the valley note, but this has water lily in it. It is very traditionally feminine, very floral. It's nice, but I wouldn't. This is not one I would go for a bottle of. Jasmine, cardamom, nutmeg, peach, cinnamon, patchouli, sandalwood, vetiver, frankincense, and cedar for Cial Man. Sometimes you can even find the Cial Man in the bottle that looks like this. And because this one right here, the original Amouage bottle, this is Silver Crystal Man. Sometimes you can find Cial Man in this bottle. And just because it's so unpopular, if you find this for a couple $100, Cial Man, I'm telling you, go for it. The ingredients in these original bottles were out of this world. Out of this world. Just the quality of the flowers, the amber, the frankincense, everything is just so good. So if you can find, any version of this is fine, because I think this got discontinued long before any reformulation issues ever cropped up with Amouage. So any version, whether it's mine with the magnetic cap, the friction cap, or the real older bottle that looks like this, any version of Cial Man, I would tell you to go for it. But you have to like lavender. This, and interestingly enough, for a Middle Eastern house, Amouage has two of my favorite lavender iterations of all time, Cial Man and Sunshine Man. And you wouldn't think, you would not expect them to have good lavender, but they do. Epic Woman is so good. I need to try. Oh, you haven't tried Epic Man, Rachel. You're going to dig it. You'll be able to see the connection, just like I can see the connection now between Cial Man and Cial Woman. Since you have Epic Woman, you'll be able to see the connection to Epic Man. Lily, welcome. Fragrance Net has some Amouages for clearance right now, and I need to be talked out of Mitts and go. Which Mitts are you going for? Mitts Woman, I assume. I don't think I've smelled that one. I'll admit the new Epic Man is not bad, but performance-wise, it doesn't hold a candle to the old version. Yeah. I heard Jubilation XXV would be a beast, but it was mild when I got the sample. Wore it today to work, barely noticed it throughout the day. You probably got a newer version, mate. They reformulated it. At Rachel, why are you laughing at Rachel? Scent of the day is the amazing Diaghilev. It is amazing. It really is. It's so good. I need to be talked out of buying a backup of this, honestly. I should probably just wear it and be done with it, but I just love it so much. Like, my mouth waters when I smell Diaghilev. Seriously, it makes my mouth water. Like, I just want to wear it. Every time I smell the atomizer, I want to spray it. It's that feeling. All right, we're 49 minutes in. Let's get Memoir Woman on my skin, shall we? We'll go right wrist. This is the one that's really, people are talking about, oh, you're going to love Memoir Woman. So I have high expectations for you, Memoir. Right wrist. Okay, here we go. Memoir Woman. Oh, that is good. It's got that same strange, like Dr. Seuss, like you're in a psychedelic dream feeling of Memoir Man. But I get a little bit more amber right off of the bat, and maybe like a little bit of licorice or something along those lines. Cinnamon, ambery, liqueur, maybe touches of green and florals. If Amouage is like if Amouage Memoir Man is like going through a psychedelic forest, this is like going through a psychedelic, maybe like field of flowers and amber and licorice. Yeah, one of the biggest mistakes I ever made in my Amouage collection was buying this tester. Although this is a vintage tester, it says made in Oman on the bottom. You can't really see it too well. It doesn't have the threading for the cap because it's a tester and testers didn't have caps. And it's the older version, so I'm very happy with it. And you can see the dent I've put in the damn thing. But there's no cap, and so it stands out from all of its brothers with the caps. Its brothers and sisters that do have caps. This one just stands out like a sore thumb. And I remember Ash from Gent Sense saying the exact same thing. He did the same thing I did, but I think his was epic or something. And he's like, it wasn't worth the $100 savings. I wish I had a cap. And even if I did have a cap, there's no threading to actually make it fit to stay on because the caps are magnetic. So it doesn't have the piece right here, the part of the magnet. So there's just no cap for Memoir Man. But Memoir Man, and I love, that's one of the things I really love about the old Amouages is how you can kind of see the similarities between the man and the woman releases. Even though they were different, they kind of shared a similar theme usually. And I can see that with both of the first two I've tried today. Cial Woman, there's definitely a relationship to Cial Man, and Memoir Woman. I get bits of licorice here and there. It's very strange, very interesting. It almost smells like you've kind of taken the amber and mixed it with like these resins. Like I could see there being like in Ubar yesterday, there was Copiba balsam or Tolu balsam, or like imagine like you took a rolling pin, right? And you rolled Copiba balsam and Tolu balsam flat and just made it flat into like you're making the crust of a pie or something. And then you put flowers and amber and all that stuff in there. That's what Memoir Woman smells like to me. A little bit of licorice, a little bit of green. Maybe the green is from the absinthe because Memoir Man is supposed to have an absinthe note in it. Let me check the note listing. I'm too curious. I can't wait anymore. Memoir Woman, 2010. It was done by Dorothy Pio and Danielle Morial. It does have absinthe, fenugreek, cardamom, mandarin orange, pink pepper, clove, woods, jasmine, pepper, rose, frankincense, white blossoms, castoreum, oak moss, labdanum, leather, musk, and styrax. Wow, what a note listing. Well, styrax usually gives this waxiness. So if you go with my pie analogy, imagine you put down that paper that, you know, makes stuff not stick. What's it called? I can't think of it. Parchment paper. Imagine you put down parchment paper and then put some flour down and then rolled the Styrax, labdanum. I said Tolu balsam before I knew, but imagine you like roll that flat and make it into like a putty. That's what Memoir Woman smells like to me. It's really good. This is definitely the best one so far today. I would take this over CL Woman any day of the week. And this is also, you know, yesterday there was one called Beloved Woman that had castoreum in it, and I thought it smelled completely almost masculine. This is another one that I'm shocked they released this for women because it's completely unisex. I mean, there is nothing that would stop a man from wearing this and feeling like he was almost wearing a masculine fragrance. It's really good. Keith says Memoir Woman is great for relaxing at bedtime. I agree with you, Keith. I bet it would be. There is something very relaxing about the about this blend. I've sold most of them many times in stores. Just I was at the Creed and Tom Ford rabbit hole. Yeah, I know what you mean. I do like wearing some Tom Ford sometimes, though, like Tobacco Oud, Tobacco Vanille. I like wearing those sometimes. I get in the mood. Tuscan leather, especially. If you can't laugh at yourself, are you living, Amouage? Norwin, excellent. Love to see people keeping an open mind in the fragrance world. Yes, that's right. I got a new bottle of Juby 25, hoping air and time would fix it. Nope. Ah, sorry. Never mind. I thought Keith was saying Memoir Woman was a good bedtime scent. No, he was sending me something else. Thanks for that, Keith. Little sis. Ah, you did send me Myth Woman. Okay, I'll find it. It's up here somewhere. Sorry for doubting you, Allie. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Amouage, I mixed up Lily and Rachel's screens names for a second. Been a long way. Maybe. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Don't mess with Rachel. That's right. Don't mess with Texas. Don't mess with Rachel. Save that extract Mixuco. Yes, please do. Rachel, 50 mil of Myths Woman is less than 90 with the coupon. Is it the older version of Miss Woman? Save the life of my payment card, please. Well, I haven't smelled Myths Woman yet, so I can't speak to it, Rachel. Or Lily, sorry. Extra backups are perfect for future swaps. Yes, that's right, they are. Cool, I appreciate that, Amouage. I appreciate that, man. I feel like it's one that should be in my stable of fragrances, especially since it's Gerard Anthony. And I talked a little bit about this on my Paco Rabanne tribute video today, but the reason I never got a bottle of Excess Pour Homme is because this is actually my second bottle of Himalaya. I ran through a full 120 mil, brand new, a 2009 batch code. You know what? The empty bottle may even still be up in the attic. I have to go try to look for it. I'd go like dig through 1,000 boxes though to get through it. And I bought this. This is the first and last new version of Creed in the 100 mil that I will ever own. And actually, I take that back. I had Viking in the 100 mil, but I like the 2017 version of Viking. So I got this. And Himalaya is a Pierre Bourdon. It has some bits and pieces of Francesco Smalto's Full Choke, It also has a lot of Paco Rabanne excess pour homme in it. So I just kind of talked myself into saying I don't need excess pour homme, but I really want a vintage bottle, you know, for posterity's sake, for the fragrance museum Ramsey is collecting here. So I appreciate that, man. Wheel pour homme. Shout out to Keith for finding me a bottle of that. I'm very, very glad to have a bottle of that stuff. It's amazing. Amouage, that's why you are so belle âme, a beautiful soul. Benji Rose incense is very nice. Not full bottle for me, but glad you have tried it. Man, I need to try that one. Hola, Gonzalo. Welcome, my friend. Sense of the day, Polo Sport in February. How is it in the cold? Is it cold where you're at, dead in the water? Do you have a Cosmere bottle? Or do you have a newer bottle? I will admit, this is a Cosmere bottle. You can tell by the atomizer. You want the silver atomizer if you're going for the Cosmere. It is very good. This is the smell of my high school. Like when I was in high school, this is what my locker room smelled like in, 2000, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. This is what a lot of the guys wore, this Polo Sport. And I never wore it because everyone else wore it. And I wanted to be different. But I mean, how different was I really wearing Nautica and, cool water and stuff like that? No scent of the day at work. Josie, spray something on immediately. Better than Honor 43. Yes, I think CL Woman is way better than Honor 43. I didn't like Honor 43. I really liked Ubar, though. I'll tell you that. If I don't know if you only have the older bottle of Ubar, Rachel, but if you don't have that 2009 bottle, I would probably go for Ubar over CL Woman. If you're really ranking things and what to buy, Ubar would be probably the floral heavy Amouage I liked the most. I love the way that it was blended with that sandalwood, and it had that sand-like texture I talked about in the review. And then I would probably put CL Woman, and then I would put some of the other ones down below, like Dia and Honor and stuff like that. Scent of the day, BDK Tabac Rose. That's another brand I've never smelled anything from, Supply and Demand. BDK, I've never smelled a BDK before. What's it like? Don't send that Honor 43 to Mitch. He would fall in love with Uncut Gem. Honor 43 is like Rich Mitch's Nemesis fragrance. It is so white floral. It was not for me. Have you tried Bois d'Assesi? I have not. I think it's a better version of something like Iron Duke. I'm sure that the Naomi Goodsir is a better version as far as like the class goes, the blending and all that stuff. But I love the harshness and the craziness of Iron Duke. You know what I mean? Iron Duke is it's like a mad uncle, that's drunk in his underwear in the street yelling at neighbors, but you can't help but love him. It's insane. It's an insane fragrance, but I love it. I absolutely love how crazy it is. It has a little bit of everything. It's got the smoke, it's got the liquor, it's got the tobacco, it's got the amber, it's got the animalics, it's got, pine and all kind of crazy stuff in there. It's great. I absolutely love lavender, so Cial will be on my list. Nice. If you love lavender, Cial and Sunshine Man would be the two that I would recommend grabbing from Amouage. Iron Duke is better to me than Royal Tobacco. My friends like both. I actually agree with you, Scott. I enjoyed Iron Duke even a little bit more than Royal Tobacco, but they're close. Royal Tobacco was one of the better releases under the Fishman. Royal Tobacco and Silver Oud were the two good ones for me. Just changed my pick to the 30s Mitsuko Parfum Falcon. I recently passed up for $250. Anyone got a time machine? Dude, why are you doing this to yourself? Why? You're like torturing yourself, Andy. Although having that bottle would be badass. I've never seen someone with that bottle ever, ever. And why were they selling it for $250? Are they stoned? Currently contemplating whether I want vintage obsession for men. If you want my advice, which I'm going to give it to you anyways, go for the cologne spray. Because I've tried, I thought for the longest time that the bottle that Anuj found me that was Calvin Klein Cosmetics. Calvin Klein Cosmetics, you guys can't see that, but it's a Calvin Klein Cosmetics for men is the oldest version, the Eau de Toilette. It's not. There's actually a cologne spray that was the original, and this is even better. This stuff is unbelievable. The way that the musk and the animalics and all that stuff kind of come together and that powderiness, oh, it's so 80s. But yes, if you can find this bottle with the cologne spray, I would highly recommend it, Keith. It's very, very good. All right, let's put another one on. Roja has a new perfume out, Taif Oud. I reviewed that, Ajay. It's not new. It's like a re-release of his Fortnum and Mason Taif Oud from 2014. The notes are almost identical. So yeah, he just put it in a new bottle, I think. I think it's the same. Go check out my review. If memory serves, I remember saying that it didn't smell like there was any oud or Taif rose in it. Although maybe there was a drop. Don't sue me, Roja. I'm just saying it didn't smell like that to me. I reserve the right to say whatever I want about my damn nose. It smelled like a ton of Cipriol. But on the other side of the coin, I enjoyed that fragrance. Like I enjoyed wearing it. I liked it. It was one of the better Cipriol fragrances I've smelled. I think they were trying to, in 2014, still oud was like, we didn't have Areej, Dore, Bortnikov, Ensar back then. I mean, we did, but I don't think they were very popular. Well, maybe Ensar. I don't know how early he started. I don't know who came first, but many of the indie niche brands that really brought the oud forward weren't around back then. And so I think, it was easier to maybe put something forward that smelled exotic and use a lot of Cipriol and patchouli or patchoulol or whatever the hell the perfumers are doing. And someone at the mall, with their American Express black card who was rich as fuck would be like, wow, that must be what oud smells like. Sure, give me a bottle. Oh, $750? Yeah, give me two. That's the market they're going for. There are definitely some ways. So first of all, the older Amouages were, they were not magnetic. So the cap was a friction cap, number one. So like I only have one friction cap and it's Fate Woman. And so it's actually not a magnetic cap. That's one way. The second way, and I've talked about this before, but the newer Amouages, for example, if you look at the bottom, so whenever you're looking at pictures on, eBay or Mercari or something, if you see Amouage SAOC, that's the newest. So here, let me show you the new one. So this is Opus 13 Silver Oud, right? So when you look at the back, you're going to see Amouage SAOC. That is the newest verbiage of the newest iteration of the Amouage company, right? Before that, though, so this is still a magnetic cap. This is not even as old. This is not even old enough to have a snap cap, but it's older iteration because if you flip it over to the bottom, you'll notice it doesn't say, well, you can't see, but you'll have to trust me. It doesn't say Amouage SAOC. It says Oman Perfumery LLC. All right. So Oman Perfumery LLC came before Amouage SAOC. And then Another thing to keep an eye out for is the whole made in Oman, made in UK thing. They no longer have the made in UK factory, right? So like this portrayal right here that I show is actually made in UK. So if you find a made in UK, it's an older bottle because they don't do made in UKs anymore. What the fish guy did is he brought all of the Amouage back to Oman so they could keep a tighter grip on the supply line. Because what was happening is Amouages were leaking out to discounters. You'd be able to find like Epic Man back in the day for like $110, you know, new at discounters. You can't do that anymore. He's trying to turn it into the Chanel model where, you know, they go after people that try to sell them discounted and stuff like that. And they keep an iron grip on the supply chain and the supply line. And so if you see made in UK, it's older. And then the real old ones, like if you go way back in the day, like this is an old bottle of an old tester of Gold Woman. And it literally doesn't say Oman Perfumery LLC or Amouage SAOC. It now just says straight up Sultanate of Oman. Sultanate of Oman. He was the one that owned Amouage back in the day. And then slowly over time, he's kind of sold off his shares and the company has evolved and stuff like that. But those are some ways to, so when you look at the bottom of the Amouage packaging, those are ways to kind of tell which version you're at. So yes, it is. It's a lot. It's a lot to kind of take in, to hunt, to, you know, and then also the older Amouages said the name right here, Ace of Souls. So they said it on the collar right here. Set it on the collar, and also you can see it right here on the collar as well. This is on the cap and the collar, and they set it on the side, or they have nothing written on the side, but it doesn't say it on the front. The newer ones say it on the front, it doesn't say it on the side, and there's nothing on the collar. Like I'll give you an example. Let's see. Which one didn't say it? Oh, I know. It was Boundless. Here, let me pull out my Boundless. So let's see here. Good old Boundless. All right, hang on. We've got to make room. So here's what they did with the newer ones. Okay. So this is the Boundless that came out at the same time Material, which we're going to test today, came out. And you can see Boundless is written on the front. There's nothing written right here on the collar. There's nothing written on the side. They started writing it on the front. So that's a way to tell. All of the newer bottles, like the new Jubilation 25s, they all say it on the front. They don't say anything on the collar. It's just blank. You know, there's nothing there. And then what they did to go one step further with the Boundless was a big disappointment for me, by the way. But with the Opus line, what they did is they took them from bottles that looked like this. This is Opus 9, which is one of my favorite animalic floral fragrances, and it's a Nathalie Lorson. It's so good, but it's so challenging. It's so different from what you'll ever smell like, you know, but these older Opus bottles basically look like this, and they changed it to this. This is the new Silver Oud. So the new Opus bottles look like this. So you can kind of see they standardized their bottles to save costs is basically what they did. And again, there's nothing written on the bottle. The name is written on the front, and they named them. So the ones that they're keeping have names now. So like Opus 13 is Silver Oud. Opus 5 is Wood Symphony. Opus 7 is Reckless Leather. They never had names before. They were just Opus 1, Opus 2, so forth and so on. I do like this silver oud. I just hope this is the same as the 50 mil that came out, the year before. Hope they didn't go through a reformulation with the repackaging. All right, so that's the Amouage high level overview of how you can kind of tell what's what. Hope that helps, mate. All right, let's put another spray on my skin, shall we? All right, so next up on the list we have Sunshine Woman. Let me catch up on the comments. Do you have Vintage Obsession Woman? It's a learning experience. Yes, it is. I know someone in my group has Cristal Man for 400 euros, but that's too much for a freshie, in my opinion. It's a very good freshie. That probably is the Cristal. If you can get them down to 300, do it. If you can get them down to 300, I'd say do it. I mean, hell, that's about what a modern Amouage is going for, Andy. And you're getting the Cristal version? Hell yeah. All right, so Sunshine Woman's going to go left elbow. Come on, baby. Get out of there. Oh, that's good. It's a little bit sweet. Sunshine Man has a little bit of sweetness too. But I really like the way that the sweetness is done. Is there lavender here as well? I get a little like herbal, orangey, ambery bit from Sunshine Woman. Wow, it's like a orangey, ambery herbal piece. I think Memoir Woman is my favorite so far, with Sunshine Woman maybe being a runner-up. Let's see. Let's catch up on the comments while this dries. Honestly, I'm going to talk you into getting a back bottle. Take a cardamom bomb like X for Men by Clive Christian and age it in a barrel 20 years. Voila, memoir. Ah, that's an interesting take, Benji. I think I like this better than Clive Christian X for Men, maybe even. I have to revisit that. It's been a while. This is very, very good, though. Sunshine Woman is even sweeter than Sunshine Man, I think. Just be patient and keep doing as much searching and researching as possible when it comes to vintage. Yeah. I'm going to have to start looking at what year stuff I buy is. Yes, you are. That's exactly it. Honestly, it's what it comes down to. There is a dark. You're right. You're right. There's like this fruit conserve, right? Like this dark fruit conserve. You learn to spot the goodie. Yep, exactly. Or just trust Amouage. Amouage, start carrying Amouage. Vintage Amouage would be badass for you to carry. I mean, you can see what a topic of contention it is for us now that the fish man has basically ruined Amouage. It is very close to the version for men. I'm with the cap movement. If you're done with your perfume and not keeping the bottle, sell your caps. I don't think I could sell a cap. Like, I would feel kind of scummy. Like I saw an empty bottle of like a 2010, like original Aventus. They wanted like $200 for it. Like, screw that. Get in on the niche market, Amouage. Do you have any vintage Antaeus or Koros? Hey, Amouage, do you have any vintage Antaeus, Koros, Givenchy Gentleman? What else does everyone ask you? Do you have any vintage? Let Let's see. What are the other big hitters? Oh, Antea Sport. Do you have any Antea Sport? Come on, Amouage. Stop holding out on us, dude. That's the best description I've heard of memoir. A psychedelic dream. Psychedelic dream. Yeah, man, it is. It's a psychedelic dream. Both of them. The two women's versions I smelled that have Castoreum, Memoir Woman, and Beloved Woman, I want them both. They're at the top of my list. I love what Castoreum does to a fragrance, man. It just does something special to it. This Sunshine Woman is good, but it's very, very sweet. Very sweet. Almost like you took that orange brandy that Sunshine Man has, and you made it powdery in the way that Obsession for Men is kind of powdery back in the day, and you just added a shitload of sugar in it, and that is Sunshine Woman. I definitely don't like Sunshine Woman as much as I like Sunshine Man. At least not yet. At least not yet. Maybe if that sweetness calms down as it dries. But it is very sweet. Very, very sweet. I'm having a hard time. I would have a hard time wearing that, how sweet it is. Sounds like I should look at trying to get Memoir Woman too. Memoir Woman is unbelievable. I'm going to say something insane right now, but honestly, just the way that I feel right now, an hour in or whatever it is, 30, 40 minutes in, Memoir Woman might be better than Memoir Man. And I love Memoir Man. I think this is one of the most underrated Amouages, but Memoir Woman may be better. I think Beloved Woman is better than Beloved Man. Oh, Shiva, I can't layer, bro. Layering is verboten in the Ram household. That is a bop, bop, bop. No can do. Welcome. Yeah, layering is a big no-no. Hello, my friend. Glad you're here. I'll be getting a backup of Diaghilev when a deal comes up. If there's ever a reformulation discontinuation, there'll be $2,000. I know, dude. I just, oh God. As much as I would love to, I just, should I go spend $600, $700, $800, $900 on a bottle of Diaghilev when I have all of this perfume? I mean, I love it, but it's tough. Yeah. Good evening, Paroli. Is on the top of the list from women line of, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I could completely see that. That is very, very good. There's almost nothing feminine about it. I felt the same way about Beloved Woman. Vintage XS Pour Homme is very reasonably priced. Yes, that's right. Well, Amouage is going to give me a deal too. It's so cold in Quebec right now. It's crazy. Yeah, we had some snow in Texas this week, as you guys know, but it got up to 50 today, so most of it thawed out. But I use it to fund a Guerlain, Jeddi, or Cuir de Russie. That's the problem. Once you get up into those territories, like, could you imagine a full bottle of Jeddi? Or actually, Guerlain Cuir de Russie would be the one that I would really want. My God, I can't imagine. Had a bottle of Polo Sport in high school. Everyone had a bottle of Polo Sport in high school but me. I got this just a couple years ago. And actually, I had to, this one would have tricked someone who was not as experienced as me. Like the person that tried to sell me this tried to pull a fast one. They put this bottle, well, they put the older bottle that I sent back to them, but they put Polo Sport Luxury Products LLC, which is like the modern version of Polo Sport, in a Cosmere box. And so the only really way to tell is you can flip it over on the bottom and read Luxury Products LLC, but also this cap right here is blue. It's like a light blue, like plastic on the new ones. The older ones, it's silver, right? And so As soon as I got it and I took it out and I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like they tried to pull a fast one on me because the box said Cosmere, and the way that I bought it was pictures on eBay in the box. And so I sent it back and I said, I'm never buying from you fuckers again. And they knew. They were like, oh, it was just a mistake. I was like, no, screw you guys. And they're like one of the bigger eBay sellers. There's some place in California. I can't remember the place's name, but it's a big shop. They're on eBay a lot. And I was like, you guys are basically banned from RAM. I'll never use you guys again. No scent of the day either. Shiva, how many hours have you been awake, my friend? No scent of the day. Yeah, this Sunshine Woman is good, but it's very sweet. I don't think I could go for it. I much prefer Memoir Woman. Oh, it's so good. Rosendu Matu #7. Never smelled it. Someone sent me a sample of a Rosendu Matu. It was called yes, here it is. It was called Rosendu Matu #5. This is the one that gets like hyped or was hyped a few years ago. It seems very sweet as well. I don't think I'll hate it just from smelling the atomizer, but it seems very sweet. Speaking of smelling like a fruit conserve, Sunshine Woman smells like an ambery peach fruit conserve. To me, it's very sweet, very sweet. Like you took that, like you took in Sunshine Man. There's a note called orange brandy. Like imagine you took that orange brandy and just added a shitload of tonka and vanilla and sugar. It's very sweet. Let me check the note listing on Sunshine Woman. Sunshine Woman. Sunshine Woman 2014 almond blackcurrant liqueur, Divana osmanthus. One of the first osmanthus fragrances I've smelled in a long time. I don't really care for. Jasmine, vanilla, magnolia, Canary Islands, juniper, patchouli, papyrus, and blonde tobacco. I don't get any papyrus. There's none of that dry, smoky, papery, none of that. And I don't get that blonde tobacco in the base either. Maybe once it comes out, it'll get better. But right now, it's way too sweet for me. It's way too much vanilla. That's disappointing. I had high hopes for Sunshine Woman. For BDK, I'm curious about Gris de Charnel. I've just never smelled anything from that brand. It's -27 with the wind chill here in Niagara. Brutal. That is brutal. -44 where I'm at. Damn. -44. I don't think I've ever been in weather that cold before. I mean, how fast would your damn fingers fall off at that weather? Temperature is perfect for Siberian musk. That's right, Dushan. That is right. And I have some new Areej le Dores coming. I have a new Ensar coming, and I have new Areej le Dores coming. Can't wait. Cannot wait for them to get here. That's right. Vintage Obsession. Yum. It's delicious. I would like to feel -44 on the top of K2. That C-Cab session was my teenage signature. Hey, Eugene, welcome. Yes, that's right. I heard your story about it. I wonder if you had the original cologne spray I'm telling you about. It is, whenever you told that story about being with the girl and kissing her and like feeling like there was someone else there with you, you know, like that obsession was just so animalic and like it was like having someone else, like someone else there with you guys. I know exactly what you mean. It is It is ever present when you spray it, and like you think it's this powdery, like easier to wear, maybe, you know, slightly sweet. But man, the animalics in especially this version that says cologne spray are out of this world. They really, probably one of the best, you know, musk animalics smells. You could add like Musk Kublai Khan and all that stuff to the list, but it's really good. Now it's not going to compete with Siberian musk. I talked about that the other day. The musks that Areej Dore and Ensar uses and stuff like that, they're on another level. Like Siberian musk is on a completely another level. But as far as designers go, this like musky, powdery, this is very, very good. I've worn it to bed a couple times in the last month or so, and I really enjoy it. It's actually a really good bed scent. Eugene in the house. Dessandra's is fantastic. Eugene, you have like 5 people wearing Dessandra's as their scent of the day today, mate. Vintage winter coat. I've been thinking about pulling the trigger on Obsession cologne, but I know they are bad for turning. Yes, the Obsession for women I got did turn a little bit. Obsession is one you got to kind of be careful for. Yeah, it's true. I had a Obsession for women turn on me. I'm going to be on the lookout for non-SAOC bottles. Yeah, but they're getting harder to find is what some of the people are saying. So you got to, now that word is kind of out, you've got to get on it. Fishman, you bastard. Eugene, do you have a lighter fragrance for the spring summer coming soon? I'm in Florida and I want to get into your line. Wear the you can easily wear Bel Am in the warmer weather. I would think if any of them, Bel Am would fit, but I would wear them all. I've given up on seasons, honestly. Thank you, my friend. Salman has no wisdom. That's why he is not Solomon. He just came in like a wrecking ball. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, if the old Amouage people don't like it, well, fuck them. We'll just get new people to buy our stuff. And it's like, well, fuck you, dude. You should not have that attitude when you're the new creative director. You know what I mean? Not sure about the original colognes, but I know the later ones do. Yes, I know what you mean. You're right. Nothing right now, but certainly will be more coming. Well, you just keep doing what you're doing, Eugene. Don't make a light cologne style fragrance. You just keep making the kind of fragrances you're pumping out. That was a perfect initial trio that you and Antoine Lee put out. Thank you, my friend. I'm glad you enjoyed that. I felt like I was rambling for a little bit. Sunshine Woman is a little flat to me. Yeah, actually, you know what it's like now that you say, see, you always spark a little something, Benji. But you know what it's a little bit like now that it's drying down. It's a little like Amouage does Sundowner. Now that some of that tobacco is coming out, and I think I prefer Sundowner, to be honest with you. It's not a bad fragrance. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying that I think it opens up a little too sweet. I think they went a little too heavy on that fruit conserve, like, you know, jelly sweetness. But it's good. I mean, it's good. It's just I much prefer Memoir Woman is the winner today by far. Memoir Woman is out of this world. Before all you guys go and buy a bottle, I might look right now. Let's see. Memoir Woman. Oof. All right. We're going to have to come back to this. There's bottles out there, that's for sure. There are bottles out there. Interesting. Putting that nose to work again. That's right. I'm trying to get through these, man. I have a lot of stuff to talk about. Even I might even do one of these for Peter Carter's fragrances. Like there's still easily 4 fragrances left in here I want to talk about. I think this is a great way to smell a lot of fragrances at once, get some feedback, interact with you guys. Like I could do one video at a time for each of these, but I kind of want to dive into them. Like I feel like I have so many samples at this point, waiting to do one video at a time, and there's like a limited amount of juice, and these little things tend to leak or evaporate faster. So I just think it's a great way to put my thoughts out there, interact with you guys, and smell a lot of stuff at once. I've really enjoyed doing this. I think this is a good blueprint for me going forward. For these early impressions. And because we were kind of snowed in, I'm not going to be able to do these every day, obviously, but it lended itself to that these last couple days. For those of you in the UK, someone is selling 250 mil, the OG Gucci Pour Homme, $200. That's a steal. 250. That is a steal for sure. Can't wait for whatever else you put out. The Holy Trinity of Les Abstraits is amazing. It was a great start. Monsieur Les Abstraits. Got a haircut. Your hair looks like Gray Olderman, the Fifth Element. No, actually, I just didn't do my hair today. So that's why it's just falling everywhere. Do you like it? Do you prefer my hair this way, Anuj? I never know what to do. I never know what to do with my hair because when I spray it, it gets all sticky with the hairspray and stuff, and I need to grow it back out. I think I liked it when it was longer. I know I've had my fingers burnt with vintage freshies, like my full 2010 250 mil Green Irish Tweed. That's terrible, man. I've got a 2014 Green Irish Tweed. It smells perfect still, but that is scary. You had a flacon that turned. Man, that sucks, dude. Paroli. Nope. Nope for Man EDT by Anuj. There's no hope when Anuj says nope. Mine will be an EDP Paroli. That's right. An X-ray. That's right. Except I think he had it shaved up a little bit more. Mine's grown out a little bit now. So we all love your trio, Eugene. Nope by Yope. Any Chanel EDTs? Ooh. Enchante in the house. Enchanted Patel. I just bought a 2010 era Mitsuko EDP after testing it and loving it. I want to grow up and be like Eugene. That's right. Actually, the 2010 era Mitsuko are heavily sought after. Apparently, Thierry Vassar wanted to recreate the glory of Mitsuko in that era. Like he was just almost like obsessed with it. I don't know. And so some of those bottles in 2011, 12, 13, 14 are like Grail batches. Just tuning in, no scent of the day yet. Are we talking about the fish guy? We are, because we're testing Amouage's Ethereal Galen. We've got Cial Woman here, which is okay, but very traditionally feminine. We've got Memoir Woman, which is the surprise of the bunch. This is effing amazing. Full bottle worthy, 100%. RAM approved. And we've got Sunshine Woman, which is okay, but it's starting to remind me of like Amouage does Sundowner, although I know this came first, but you know, if you own this, you don't need Sunshine Woman. But that sweetness is starting to give way, and I think I could put up with the 30 minutes of sweetness to smell this. It's just, why would I want to when I already have Sundowner? You know, that's the issue I would have with Sunshine Woman. But yeah, let's see. So the notes are almond, blackcurrant liqueur, divana, osmanthus, jasmine, vanilla, magnolia, Canary Islands, juniper, patchouli, papyrus, and blonde tobacco. I wish more of that papyrus would come out. I'm not getting very much of that. The soap of Polo Sport smells exactly like the EDT, but has no moisturizing qualities at all. Will turn your skin scaly unless you apply moisturizer. That's funny. The Rosendu Matu brand is fucking shite. I feel like Rich was like asleep and he heard me say Rosendu Matu number 5 and he woke up, typed in really quick, Rosendu Matu is shite, and passed back out. I guess that's just how I imagine Rich in England right now. You know, from the atomizer, never sprayed this yet because I'm too afraid to. Well, I'm waiting to do a video on it. From the atomizer, I don't hate it, although it smells extremely sweet. So we'll see. Memoir Woman better than Memoir Man. Are you okay? It is very good. It is. This is very, very good. And you all know my love of Castoreum. You know? I mean, Memoir Man is very good, but I don't know, man. This one, this is actually a tight race. It is really good. I've been on a mint condition Jedi just before Christmas in France. I bowed out at 2,200. Hammer dropped at 38, but you'd never dare. I would fucking open it, dude. If I paid $3,800 for that, you bet your bottom dollar I am wearing it. You bet your bottom dollar I'm going to wear the piss out of that. You just spent $3,800. Why would you just stare at it? Wear it. Yeah, it's exactly what I was thinking, Baroli. Roshaitu Matu. All right, Rich. Question of the day. Rosendu Matu number 5 or Uncut Gem? Oh, shit. Rich. Rams, your thoughts on Areej Dore? Siberian? I've never smelled Russian musk, Ajay, but I love Siberian musk. Siberian musk is my favorite musk fragrance of all time. All time. Everything I've smelled, I've never smelled a musk that I think is as perfect for me and my taste as Siberian musk. That's my opinion. It literally smells like you scraped out the inside of a musk pod with a spoon and just slapped it in the forest, you know? Like where the deer was standing, you slay the deer, you cut off the musk pod, you dig it out with a spoon like you're digging out an avocado, right? And you just slather the musk pod all over the forest. And that's Siberian musk. And it is just like a holy experience because this musk smells nothing like this musk. Absolutely nothing. It's nothing like Obsession. It's nothing like any of the musks you've smelled in the regular designers. Even stuff like Musk Kublai Khan, it has nothing on Siberian musk. So that is my conundrum. And that's why I love the house of Areej Dore so much is you could think you've smelled every single musk in the world, but you've never smelled musk like this. That's the problem. That's one of the problems with someone like me that goes everywhere is, you know, there are some people that smell, you know, designers and they love designers. There are some people that smell niche and they love niche and they think niche is superior. And there are people who, you know, will only wear these indie scents and they think they're superior. And there are some people that wear vintage only and they think vintage is superior. But I go everywhere. I'm not bougie. I'm not so bougie that I'll only wear, you know, $1,000 perfume. I'm willing to test the $7 stuff. I'm willing to test the $20 stuff, new stuff, old stuff. Smelled it all. I haven't smelled it all, but I've smelled a lot of perfume in my life. No musk does what the real musk that you smell in like Areej Dore, to me, for me personally, does. And I'm not the biggest musk fan. Like musk is not my favorite note. You know, Musk Ravageur, Musk Kublai Khan, You know, those kind of fragrances have nothing on Siberian musk to me. Out of this world. It's a holy experience. Holy. Froley, I thought I'd shat the bed like Eugene, but it was just Ramsey mentioning a bed. I just have this visualization in my head of like, you know, Rich Mitch like sleeping like he's in a coffin, like, you know, straight on his back, and he just sits up like the Undertaker in WWE wrestling. You know, he just sits straight up and just types a message and just back to sleep, you know. Eat the chocolate almonds before going to bed. Yeah, I heard about that, Eugene. Careful with those chocolate almonds, mate. I agree. Was impressed by Matu. No. He's saying that it's shite, supply and demand. He was not impressed. Okay, I choose. Wasn't impressed. Okay. Supply. I was shook for a second there. I was about to say, I think you misunderstood him, sir. Yes, about the Polo Sports soap. That shit will dry your skin out. Smells fantastic, though. Anouge, does it contain black powder? Les Abstraits number 4, Aventus clone. Rachel, my wife loves Epic Man. Smells great on her. Epic Man is really, really good, Rachel. You're going to dig it. Epic Woman would smell great on you. Yes, that's right. Took me a long time to try Epic Woman, and I'm so glad I did. Royal Musk Attar. Tell me about that one, Ajay. I don't think I've ever smelled that one. Yes, it's a good look. I just need to grow my hair out. I need to grow it out so I don't have to keep messing with, you know. So I don't have to keep messing with hairspray and stuff like that. Esprit de Nope. Yeah, it actually started separating, and there's big blobs of fragrance oil floating around like a lava lamp. How do creeds turn so fast? Why? Why is it that all of these brands, you know, I can have stuff from 40, 50 years ago and it's fine, but a creed 10 years in, gone. You know, not all of them, but the ones that turn is just weird. All right. See you, Scott. Thanks for being here, man. Ah, yes. Rock City in the house. Scent of the day. Big Pony number 4. Never smelled it. Hint of oud and candied orange. Picked up a Warner Cosmere Polo for 40%. 75% full. Congrats on the Warner / Cosmere. Which one, though? And so it's a Warner. If it says Warner on there, it's a Warner. Laters. Siberian musk, Ali, almost impossible to find. There are some Russian musk floating around. Okay, I've got 3 Areej Dores on the way. No, I've never smelled Russian musk, though. But one of them is musk lava or musk lav. I don't know how you say it. It's a lavender musk. Sounds like hunters should be using Siberian musk to attract some deer. It is just, I mean, isn't it in the Quran that it says heaven is like a bed of musk or something? I thought I read that somewhere once. For me, Siberian musk first, musk lav second, Russian musk third. Okay, so I have musk lav on the way. Very nice. A partial. It's only a partial, but enough for me. If it's hard to find, then never mind. That would be an expensive hunting spray. Oh, it's damn near impossible to find. Those old Areej Dores are unicorn status. Yes, thanks for being here. I guess I should hurry up and spray this final material before everyone bails on me. All right, material is the final one. It's going to be material right elbow. Okay, let's do this. Come on, material. So this is supposed to be Cecile Zarokian's take on a vanilla, right? And apparently she used some of the high-end vanilla, if memory serves. I don't know about this one. I mean, it really does smell like her work. It smells like a Cecile Zarokian for sure. There's a touch of animalics mixed in with the vanilla, but not much. I feel like maybe they went a little bit too forward with the vanilla, you know? Okay, so there's a little bit of patchouli. Vanilla, patchouli, and wood. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think of material? Have you tried Toujours Moi from Dana, 1921 release? Just heard about him. People say it's honey let. Nope, never even heard of it. Never even heard of it. Arbaz. Royal Muscatar smells like fresh deer carcass. Ah, beautiful. Fresh deer carcass. $40. That's a hell of a find. Good find, Rock City. Good find. Is Material one of the newer ones? Yes, it is. Material is 2021 release. Cecile Zarokian did it. It literally just smells like patchouli and vanilla and a little bit of woods, maybe a slight hint of that Amouage incense, but just a slight. I don't like this. I don't like Material. It's the best of the new Areej Dore Atars. Ah, I need to try that Civet bomb that you sent me. I still haven't had a chance to wear it. I'm just worried what it's going to be like. I'm not used to wearing Atars, you know what I mean? I'll probably wear it like at night as my scent of the night or whatever. Because I like to spray. Supposedly dates from 83 to 85. One just like it on eBay, 300 green cap. Nice, congrats. It's a hell of a find. Still not sure how Russian Adam got his hands on Indian deer musk pods. Well, he claims all of his, deer musk and stuff like that is ethically sourced. And I watched a video he did once where he was saying that, in Russia, they actually give a certain amount of tags to legally hunt that type of deer that's very hard to find, that has that musk pod deer. I forgot what they're called. They've got the fangs, you know what I mean? And so some of the people's lifestyle up there, like they live off of the deer. They do sell the pod as part of it, but they're not killing the deer for the pod. They're killing the deer because it's part of their lifestyle, and the pod's just part of it. So in Russia's like one of the last places on earth where they still allow that. So that's how the government gives a certain amount of tags out. And so I think that's how he sources it ethically that way, like legally through the government. Material's getting a little bit better. I really didn't care for that opening, but it's high on labdanum to me. High on labdanum. Interesting. Maybe a little bit. I was thinking a lot of patchouli and vanilla. It just seems, I don't know. It's definitely not something I would buy. I think the way that she kind of worked everything together, just the overall smell reminds me a little bit of Tango, just a bit. There's a bit of that DNA. Tango, I feel like, is heavier on the cumin There's no cumin in material. It's also, I think, heavier on the rose. I think there's a beautiful rose in Tango, if memory serves. But yeah, I mean, this smells like, it smells like there's a lot of benzoin and vanilla, and it smells like, Amouage does like a boring amber, like a ambery vanilla. I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's anything that I would go crazy for. And it's already sold out on the Areej Dore website. Oh, yeah. Nice, but a bit too simple. It is simple. I don't even know if it's nice because it has this quality that I kind of get in Tango, this synthetic, aura, if you will, which I like Tango, but I would not buy a full bottle. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I like material. Material will open up in 30 to 40 minutes. It's amazing. Beginning, I hate. Interesting. Okay, so I didn't like the beginning either. So I'll have to give it some time. But the opening smells kind of boring and synthetic and choppy. Doesn't smell very well made. Doesn't smell very well blended. The Russians use deer pods in their Keurig machines. Yes, that's right. Tango is okay, but even Tango, there's a little bit of this. Someone earlier said it kind of sits on an amber wood bed. There's a little bit of this amber wood feeling to Tango as well, interestingly enough. And I don't know if I don't think I would buy a bottle of either. I'll tell you that. I don't think I would buy a bottle of either. Cecile Zarokian's work, I feel like she started out like here. Her two best works for me were Epic Woman and Private Label by Javoy. And ever since then, she kind of had Tango, and she had, I know she put out Material. What else did she do? She did, she did Ani, which, that's okay. So that's what it's reminding me of. Now that I just read Ani, Material reminds me of a blend between Ani and Tango. And since I already own a bottle of Ani, I definitely don't need Material. I mean, Ani has a little bit of this weird kind of ginger to go along with the vanilla, but it's that same patchouli vanilla benzoin thing that she's doing. Again, benzoin vanilla tonka with Tango. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go for Material. Material for me is I do like the osmanthus that's starting to come out. So that apricot-like osmanthus. I like the note of osmanthus. And maybe that's what's saving this. There's a little bit of incense starting to peek through. But I wouldn't go here. I mean, Guerlain is vanilla to me, and that's it. Guerlain's vanilla, and that's that. Tango's more interesting. Yes, it is. Tango is more interesting. Yeah. Material's kind of it just feels so synthetic, like it's wrapped in plastic, like you took that parchment paper I was talking about earlier and just like wrapped it around Material. I am not a fan. I don't think I'm a fan. Hey, Ram, I just used a Turkish brand Arco aftershave. It smells like Green Irish Tweed. I'm curious if Antaeus aftershave is similar to the EDT. That's crazy, Omar. Never heard of that. Just do it. I remember trying Material a couple times. Just smelled like a Bath and Body Works vanilla to me. It does kind of smell like it smells, it doesn't smell high end at all. I know someone was saying they've got a lot of naturals, and I know in her interview I heard her give, she was like telling the new fish guy that, hey, if you want a high end vanilla, you're gonna have to pay up because true vanilla absolute is not cheap. Let's see what Amouage has to say about it. They're always good for a laugh. Okay, Amouage says, come on, Amouage, what do you say? Oh my God. All right, I'm going to search for it. Material. Okay, here we go. Amber Woody. Come on. All right. Material is a paradox. Through materiality, it evokes immaterial. It evokes immateriality. Wait a minute. What the fuck did I just read? Material is a paradox. Through materiality, it evokes immateriality, teaching us to look beyond appearances and to realize that what matters is often unseen, an experience akin to standing in a grove and seeing in a sweltering shade a multitude of textures and manifold hues of wood and leaf and bark, all coming together into one. Okay. I swear their write-ups have just gotten so bad. Tango's better than Material, I think, but Epic Woman's better than both. And Ani might be. I might take Material ahead of Ani. Ani is my least favorite Nishane that I own. Tango and Russian Tea are both mad. Did she do Russian Tea? Did she do Russian Tea? I thought Rich Mitch loves Russian Tea. Let me see Russian Tea. She did Silver Oud. I'd put Silver Oud over this. I would definitely put Silver Oud over this. Did she do Russian Tea? I don't see it on here. Maybe I missed it. She did Epic 56 too. She did the Exceptional Extra. I need to try that Russian Tea one day. She also did Royal Tobacco. I'd put Royal Tobacco above Material for sure. Good evening, Rick. Dior Homme Intense. I've been craving that. I need to wear that soon. Ani is hit or miss for me, man. Sometimes I spray. It's like a one day I love it, one day I hate it thing, you know? Where's Rachel? She's here. Don't worry. She's keeping us all safe, making sure we don't do anything stupid. One fragrance I've never understood being popular is Ganymede. Smells like a combination of chlorine and castor oil to me. I did a review on Ganymede. It smells like the aluminum of a pop top soda can. You know, that Akigala wood is so overdosed. It's the new, it's like the new style, like, you know, Sauvage and Blue de Chanel are like the blue fragrance style. Ganymede is like the Akigala. It's like the new. It's like trying to be the new edgy version of this. This blue fragrance, this metallic blue thing that I absolutely despise. I hate it even more because it's so popular and I smell it everywhere. How did you like Crimson Rocks in the Dry Down? Rick, it's one of the biggest fragrances I've smelled. That stuff projects Like when I was sleeping, and remember, I had one here, one here, one here, one here. All I could smell was Crimson Rocks. The synthetics in that fragrance are ginormous, but I did like it. I liked it. Oh my God. I don't think I can rank these. All I can tell you is that Memoir Woman is number one for me today. Oud After Dark by Amouroud Oud garnered me several compliments, although I don't wear perfume to get compliments. I've never smelled Oud After Dark, although I do own one Amouroud Oud, and it's not bad. It's called Oud Tabac, and it basically smells like tobacco vanille. It smells like tobacco vanille with a little bit of incense and oud. Honey smells like vanilla Christmas trees to me in the opening. Then it turns into boring vanilla. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. It does turn into boring vanilla. Does material turn into boring vanilla? Those Amouage write-ups sound like Google Translate on drugs. They do. Go look up the chat. What was it called? TGP chat or something. Yeah, some of the stuff that thing was saying was outrageous. It does sound like the Amouage write-ups were written by someone where English was not their first language, and they translated it, and it didn't come across sounding correct, right? I smell intense ginger. Yes, absolutely. It's a ginger vanilla rose thing is basically what it is. Like a fruity vanilla rose. It's very weird. Ah, yes. Alan in the house. Le Bleu Eau de Parfum. Introvert approved on a wet, cold, dreary day. I love Le Bleu. It is so good. Thank you. Thank you, Douglas. I do have a bottle of Sauvage, but this is the Parfum. This is my one blue fragrance. You know how Rich Mitch says you only need one blue fragrance? This is literally it. Like, I basically did that before I heard him say that, because I got this in 2019, I think. 2020. I got this in 2020. And so yes, it's the Parfum, which I think is a little bit more grown up. Like, it doesn't have the throw of the Eau de Toilette. But I think if I had to buy a Sauvage again right now, I would buy the Elixir. Because I think the Elixir is almost like a little bit of a throwback. Like, there's some 80s, and I do think it's a good fragrance. I don't think it's bad. I just think it's way overpriced. The only Nishane I have is Nef's. Nef's was really good. I did a video on that one, Alan. That was a good one. That was a sweet osmanthus oud thing as well, but I really enjoyed that. Material stays good. Okay. It is getting better. I'll tell you that. It's getting better. That opening, the first 20 minutes is, I did not like the opening. I don't think I've smelled Hachivat. I don't think I've smelled it. I think Oud Tabac is Amouroud's best offering, really. It is pretty good, though. But it smells like a cast-off Tom Ford. Like, it smells like it was like in contention to be one of the Tom Fords, and it just never made it. You know? And Amouroud Oud swooped in and picked it up and put it in this bottle and sold it. What other Amouroud Ouds have you tried? I've never tried anything else from the brand. Elixir smells best on my boys. That's a good fragrance for them to wear, actually. It's a good starter fragrance, I think, because it's better than just the blue crap everyone's wearing, and it's different. And, you know, it smells kind of like an 80s fougere. There's a little bit of vintage in there. I liked Elixir. I only smelled it in passing at Sephora, but I liked it. Bellam has been a pleasure to wear. There you go. More compliments, Eugene. Eugene the rock star, baby. That trio of fragrance releases is going to go down in history as one of the best starts to a brand. You know, I've often said that Hugo Boss had one of the best starts to a brand ever because they released Hugo Boss #1 in 85. They released Boss Sport in 86 or 87. I forget which one. And then they released Boss Spirit in 89. Those 80 masculine Boss releases were like amazing. And then they just went downhill. Like Boss Bottled was the best and the worst thing to happen to them. And this is a lesson actually for Amouage, because Amouage may think they're sitting high on the hog because they're bringing in a shitload of revenue and they're interested in the money, but it can be a trap sometimes because that's what happened with Hugo Boss. They had Boss Bottled. It was a huge hit, right? It was an Anique Minardo, I think. Did she do Boss Bottled? Let's see. Boss Bottled, 1998. Anique Minardo, yes, she did. Sweet apple pie, fresh fruity apple. And everyone was wearing that shit. And it was like a huge sale takeoff for them. But they never moved past it. Like they just kept doing Boss Bottled flankers forever. They tried to do stuff. They tried to put out some more stuff, but I just think they never recovered from that. They just saw dollar signs. And that's where Amouage is at right now with stuff like this. This is like, you know, this is like materials like Ani meets Tango meets Grand Soir. Boring. If I'm going to wear this, there's just like a tiny hint of funk and a tiny hint of incense. If I'm going to wear this, I think I would rather just wear Absolute Pour Le Soir by MFK. At least that has that pissiness that I love, you know? I'll wear Ganymede over Sauvage 10 out of 10 times. Sauvage makes me want to put my head in a wood chipper, smell it everywhere. I hate smelling it on other people. I despise smelling Bleu de Chanel and Sauvage on other people. And you know what else I always smell on other people? This like droning amber wood dry down that Rich Mitch hates so much. Like sometimes I just smell like the leftovers of amber woods. Like it feels like you're smelling like their perfume from the night before. Like this amber wood drone. Can't stand it. Vintage Burberry's for Men with a S only scent. I have that smells like designer and I love it. When you say vintage Burberry's for Men, are you talking about the one from the 80s or the 90s? Because there was kind of two. Which one are you talking about, Black Monday? Are you talking about the one that looks like this? Or the original Burberry's for Men from the 80s? That scent is badass. I did a video on that. Thanks to Anuj for sending me a sample. I should have bought that bottle that he had, but I didn't. Nishane Unutamam. Yes, it is. It's very good. I like it. I know some people don't like Unutamam, but I really like it. But I'm a sucker for Castoreum, as you can see by Memoir Woman being my favorite today. You put Castoreum in something, I'm there, man. Unutamam is an amazing Castoreum. It's probably one of the only caramel fragrances. I like this for caramel, but it's very challenging. And I like Abbey Rouge Dress Code for praline. If you've ever smelled Dress Code, that's a very good praline. Thought I had it here. I don't. Hachibat is the worst Nishane ever. One of my worst blind buy was using it as a bathroom scent, but I prefer the sillage of my swimming turd more. My problem is that I have so many bottles of old Aventus, and I love wearing Aventus in the heat. Like I've got half a bottle here of a 20. This is a 2015 batch. So, I mean, maybe I'll put this up on eBay for like $3,000 one day. But I just love wearing this. So I just can't imagine I would ever want a bottle of Hachivat. I just can't. I can't see it. You know what I mean? That's my problem with Hachivat. Even though I've never smelled it, I would probably rather just wear my old Aventus, you know? I love this stuff in the heat. I feel like I'm losing my voice. Now that I've done all my sniffing, let me put my my Ricola in. Hang on, let me text the old wife. She's gonna pick me up some food. What should I get? Should I get the salmon or should I get the pot roast? All right, I went with the salmon. You guys didn't answer fast enough, or if you did, I didn't see it. My Belam is almost home. Just 5 more days. Nice, Abe. Congrats, man. That's awesome. I'd prefer to smell blue on others, not so nice on myself. Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't like smelling blue on anyone, though. 1995 Ram. Okay, so that's mine. That's this one, right? Look at this. Look at the juice in there. You would think it's turned, right? Look at that. It hasn't. It has not turned. It smells amazing still, but I've never seen juice do this. I got this bottle from TJ Maxx. So unless they're selling fakes, it's legit. It's actually this is my second bottle of this. I wore this scent in the mid 2000s, so like from 2004 until probably about 2010 when I really got into creeds and Amouage and stuff like that. I wore a lot of this. This was one of the scents I wore a lot of. This is my second bottle. I actually like it. I still like it to this day. I think it's a good scent. I liked how I felt like it kind of made you stand out a little bit. It's great in the warm weather too. Burberry for Men, 1995. Bergamot, lavender, mint, thyme. Thyme is a great note in fragrance. Moss, geranium, sandalwood, amber, and cedarwood. It's actually not that bad. It's I forgot who made this. Very distinct. Takes me back to my college clubbing days. I used to wear that to the club. But says Burberry's with an S. So it's an older bottle, you're saying? Does that S mean it's older, Black Monday? Sampled a few by Amouroud. I also own Whetstone, Golden Oud, Oud Illuminé, and Himalayan Woods. Interesting. The new Amouage Royal Tobacco is bad. Smells like an overly sweet candle. You thought it was bad. I didn't think it was bad. But then again, to be fair, I do like sweet tobacco fragrances. I mentioned it earlier. I like Pure Havane. I like, Sundowner. I like Herod by Parfums de Marly. I do. If you want to give me a sweet scent, mix it with tobacco, please. Please. I wish I could wear Boss Bottle. It smells so good on others, but it comes off my skin just like sprayed raid on myself. Unutamam means I can't forget in Turkish. Oh, you won't forget this. I mean, this is why they only sell it in 30 mil. You will not forget Unutamam. It is serious. It's loud, it's challenging, it's complex. You definitely won't forget that one. I tend to find a lot of guys around me smell like blue, very heavy chemical. I don't know what kind of dry down that is regarding notes, but it smells very punchy, sharp, and alcohol. Yes, a lot of amber woods. If it's not blue with alcohol, it's amber woods. Have you spent more time with Royal Tobacco? No, not since that initial video. I think I put it away. Yeah, it's under lock and key. I liked it though. I just think I liked Iron Duke more. I think this is better. And someone gave me a bottle of this. I didn't even have to buy it, so I got lucky. All right, let's go back over them again because I'm starting to lose my voice. Cial Woman. Yeah, it's that the most traditionally feminine out of these four by far. Very florally, but it's well done. I'd prefer it over Honor 43 that I smelled the other day. Oh, Memoir Woman is the best of this bunch. I just love what Castoreum does to a creation, but it really does feel like a psychedelic it feels like you're in a psychedelic story, like you're in a Dr. Seuss book. The frankincense, the castoreum, the moss, the green absinthe. This may be better than Memoir Man. This is going to give Memoir Man a run for its money. It's very, very good. Sunshine Woman. It's definitely gotten better. Sunshine Woman is probably the most improved over the last hour. But then again, I like sweet tobacco, and this is a sweet tobacco. It was too sweet for me the first half an hour. It's really toned down the sweetness now, and it's starting to bring out some more of those smoky notes like the papyrus that I was complaining wasn't there earlier. Now it's there. I wish it started here. If it started here and went somewhere else, this would almost be a full bottle. But man, that first 30 minutes was tough. So, and material, it's getting better, but it really like that mixture of benzoin, vanilla, that benzoin, vanilla, labdanum, resin, bourbon vanilla absolute thing that she uses here just smells like a Cecile Zarokian DNA. Like I've smelled it before in Ani. I've smelled it before in Tango. And, you know, it smells like she tried to make something that was like Tango meets Ani meets Grand Soir and just lumped it all together. And Grand Soir is kind of a boring vanilla, amber. I don't know how I feel about material. I think that's my least favorite. I think if I had to rank them, I would go Memoir Woman number 1. Sunshine Woman number 2. Material number 3, and Cial Woman number 4, just because I wouldn't wear Cial Woman. It's too traditionally feminine for me. But I think if you're saying that which one is a better blended and just better overall fragrance, I think Cial Woman is probably better than Material, but I would take Material over Cial Woman if that makes sense. I would wear Material. It's not that bad. It's not so bad I wouldn't wear it. It's just I have stuff that does this and does it much better. Like there's no reason for me to buy Material. You know what I mean? The Fishman strikes again. Bad release on his part. Amouroud is nothing groundbreaking, but just damn good. Yeah. Dress code is amazing. I love the regular dress code. Just a regular old dress code. I have 425 ml bottles of Burberry's Original for Men, capped to side. Original Burberry's for Men, capped to side. What do you mean capped to side? What are you talking about, Holmes? It is very good. I like it. Ah, you're talking about the original from the 80s. Yes. Okay. I'm jealous of that. You have 4 of them. You bloody bastard. Yeah, I think, I've never smelled Hachivat. If I have, I don't remember it, but I would just stick with Aventus. Um, I'm put off by the licorice note in Royal Tobacco. I've tried. I really have gone through 2 samples. I actually really like its was it licorice? It was licorice root. Okay, so that licorice root note I actually really liked because it reminded me of Yoji Homme. This is a beautiful. If you can get the one that Jean Patou still owned, Yoji Yamamoto. This is right before P&G bought Yoji and completely destroyed everything that they ever did. But this is Japanese perfumery at its best. This might be my favorite Japanese perfume that I've ever smelled. Not that I've smelled a shitload of Japanese perfume or anything, but this is probably my favorite one. And it has that licorice. Here it's blended with like booze and some other stuff. So I like that note, but I think they did a good job with Royal Tobacco. The oiliness may bother some people because it does come across as very oily. But I know what you mean, Alan. I won't be buying a bottle. Even though I like it, I won't be buying a bottle. The fish man, the little bastard. Salmon killed Amouage, go for the pot roast. Well, I'm gonna eat one of his brothers as payback. I hate Hachivat. My note I wrote about it was burnt rubber, pineapple, nauseating. Shit. I kind of want to smell it now. Kind of want to smell it so I can bash it on the channel if it's that bad. Salmon pairs well with brew fly. It's a snow globe. Yes, that's right. Have you ever seen anything like this before? I mean, Jesus. But it's good. I like it. Nothing wrong with blue. Salmon, and imagine it, you eating Renault Salmon. You have saved Amouage once you finish the plate. That's right. The savior of Amouage. That would be kind of cool. You know what I would do if you made me in charge of Amouage right now, other than fire Renault Salmon immediately, is I would get Sultan Pasha to come make an Amouage fragrance, because what he did with Sacred Scarab is very, very interesting. Let's see. Do I have any space? I'm out of room. I'm telling you, man. Sacred Scarab is the runner-up for Fragrance of the Year for 2022 for me. It's so good. It's like the way that it's paired with the wine note is one of the best. This is the best wine fragrance of all time. I also really like, I know you guys are going to laugh, but since we're talking about Burberry, I really like Burberry London. The wine note in Burberry London, I think, is outstanding. This port wine, it's Christmas in a bottle. I love this. I think it's Burberry's best fragrance for modern days. The 80s bottle is the best one, but it's impossible to find. Schmegma. That's right. Who's Schmegma and how did it get in there? There's 3 types of Burberry's: original, capsicide, and second bid blue cap. So that's the one I tried. Is the blue cap is the one Anuj had. That's the one that my video is on. If you look it up on the channel, you'll find it. I liked it though. I enjoyed it, but I didn't buy a bottle. Memoir is a lot like Agent Provocateur. Okay. So I would fire the Fishman and I would hire Sultan Pasha to do an Amouage. This is Amouage quality juice, what he did for Zoologist. This Sacred Scarab is out of this world. I have my next Amouage narrowed down to myths or memoir. Your thoughts. My keepers include Golden Figment so far. Myths or Memoir Man? Shit, dude. Myths Man or Memoir Man? Oh my God. Can I just say both? I mean, Memoir was what I narrowed my first Amouage purchase to. I haven't smelled Myths though. Myths is so good, but it's challenging. I mean, you may not like it at first, but I love it. Here's the review I've been waiting for. Oh, shit. I'm not ready to review this at all. At all. I need to spend a lot more time with it, but it is, yes, it is. That's right. A Zerjov tattoo. Hey, Margie, don't worry. You've been relieved of your secretary duties. Natalia has taken over for you. So you can just hang out, share in the good times, put the pad down. You don't have to take any notes. You're good. Welcome, Margie. It's good to see you. I had Burberry for men in the 90s. A lot of memories with Burberry. Yes. I wore this in the early, well, mid 2000s, let's say. And that was like my college days and going out to the club. And this is what I wore. To be fair, this is what like me and a couple of the guys I went out with wore. So we probably all kind of smelled the same going to the club back in the day. Oh my God. Sacred Scarab, man. Sacred Scarab. You know what's crazy is he's doing stuff like this for Zoologist, and Amouage is putting out like their new line. Those 4 fragrances that they put out are absolutely horrendous. This should be in an Amouage bottle or something like this. I can save Amouage. Just make me emperor of Amouage. I will have the Fishman fired in no time. We'll get Sultan Pasha on board. We'll have Areej Dore come make an Amouage. I love Sacred Scarab when I sampled it. The only Zoologist I like. It is probably the best Zoologist. Sacred Scarab, Camel, and Sacred Scarab and Camel would probably be the 2 I would go with as my favorites. Oh, so good. Taroth, he is calling it his legacy. Is it an Attar? He's going to send me some Attars. He reached out and said he would send me some Attars or some of his work. So yes, that's exciting. I'm excited to get to know his stuff. I would love to have him on the channel. He's such a cool guy. I love that's right. You can just hang out now. Is your garage clean, by the way? Don't make me send you off to go clean your garage. How many cars can it fit? Pierre Cardin, the original OG Monsieur. This one. You know, Paco Rabanne and Pierre Cardin were big into the space movement. And doesn't this kind of look like a rocket? Or, I mean, don't say anything, Mike V. But, you know, they're into the whole, they called it the space futuristic. I mean, Pierre Cardin had a little bit of that metallic that Paco Rabanne was so known for. Yes, it's very good. Very, very good. Sultan Pasha Frederick Mall would be amazing. Yes, it would. 100% agree. Sultan Pasha Frederick Mall, or there's a couple perfumers for Frederick Mall I'd love to see. But yeah, Sultan Pasha Frederick Mall, my God. No love for T-Rex or B. B is not in the top for me. I mean, I like it, but it's not in the top. T-Rex it is. Here's my little trio set that I thought the ones were good enough to get the 10 mils instead of just the little baby samples. I have 2 mil samples of these as well. But yeah, these are the ones I thought were good enough to go for the big boys. But, well, not the big boys, but the bigger boys. Hyrax, Camel, Bee, Sacred Scarab, and Tyrannosaurus Rex. So yes, I will hopefully have reviews on these soon, or at least I can put up some early impressions. But for me, Sacred Scarab is the out and out winner of the House of Zoologists that I've smelled so far. I still have a lot to smell. I still have a lot to smell, as you can see, to go through. But so far, from what I've smelled, Sacred Scarab is the best one. And what's crazy is in that interview that Sultan Pasha did with Eugene, Eugene asked him, hey, if you could make a fragrance for any house, like you had your top 3 houses, what would it be? And one was Guerlain. I know he loves Guerlain. Sultan Pasha loves Guerlain because of how much like Mitsuko moved him. He said he was so moved smelling old Mitsuko when he went to the Osmotek that he literally had to go off in a corner like to himself. You know what I mean? And so I know he loves Guerlain. And the other one he said was Amouage. And, you know, he would make a better fragrance than the crap they're putting out, hands down. Like just the effort he would put in to an Amouage with his name on it compared to Purpose or Search or any of this other crap they're putting out would be mind-blowing. Be mind-blowing. Dad's signature scent, yes, that's your, see, my father's was Paco Rabanne Pour Homme. So rest in peace, Paco Rabanne. That's a good ending note. This was my scent of the day before I sprayed myself with 5 other perfumes. CL Woman, Memoir Woman. Sunshine Woman's getting better. It's the one that's changing the most, I think, as time is going on. And Material just has that Cecile Zarokian DNA thing. I don't really care for that right now. I'm not into that since I've smelled it in Tango and Ani and all. Yeah, it's just, I mean, and then of course I just did the oh my God, Sacred Scarab is so good. And you know, that blue lotus flower and all those exotic flowers that he used in here, we're not used to smelling those in just niche perfumery, but indie perfumers, if you smelled some of Bortnikov's work and stuff like that, you've smelled some of that blue lotus flower. It's very unique. It's so good. This is so good. This is probably full bottle worthy. It's very, very good. And that weird civet animalic raisin thing going on is just out, you know, just out of this world. Eau de Sandra by Giacomo OG scent. It does have a little bit of that. That's a good shout, Anuj. Does have a little bit of that. I have it in my sample set. I can do an early impression one of these days soon. Whenever we do these lives again, I can do the zoologist gift set. There is a Rania J sample set that I plan on going through with you guys in this live format so we can knock out 4 at a time. I want to revisit the History of Attar collection by Russian Adam. And of course, all of these samples, there's all these Zerjoffs up here. Somebody sent me, Scott, that I have to go through. There is a bunch of Thierry Muglers that I don't have, Pure Wood, Pure Tonka. I want a bottle of Pure Tonka, but I'm not paying $200, $300. Fuck that. Ultra Zest. And there's like 3 or 4 Thierry Muglers that I can go through that I haven't talked about on the channel. Ah, nice. That's good stuff, Doug. Thanks for sharing, man. That's awesome. Beekeepers. That's good stuff. I love honey. I love honey in perfume, but I like it like the OG honey from the 80s. Like in my Paco Rabanne video today, I mentioned the way that the honey is used in both Paco Rabanne pour Homme and in Tenere. If you've never smelled Tenere, I would recommend hunting down a little 25, 30 ml bottle like this. The honey in this and the honey in the OG Boss #1, Hugo Boss #1, is the way I prefer honey done. The honey in B is almost like jelly. It's like jelly-like. It's, you know, it didn't have that pissy 80s vibe to it that I love so much. I love the pissy honey. So, yes, I liked B. I obviously enough to put it in the 10 ml set, but I don't think I would go for a full bottle. Whereas I think Sacred Scarab is good enough. That Sacred Scarab, oh God. And the Civet in the top is just a master class in animalics. What a fragrance he came up with. You might like Rhinoceros. I have a video on Rhinoceros. I have the new version. He actually sent me the vintage version so I could do a comparison video, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. Yes, I know exactly what you mean, Douglas. That's what we were talking about the other day. What vintage house, or sorry, what niche house doesn't have you worried right now? It's just the state of affairs. Zoologist, Creed, Amouage, MFK. I mean, you name it. You name a niche house, and they're probably a little on the decline. So, yes, I'm with you. Yes, that's right. Well, you got to buy local, Antonio, so you can get the, the bees collect all the pollen and stuff locally. It's spoken for before I harvest. Damn. Whenever. You mean tomorrow? Maybe I'll do one tomorrow. Let me ask you this. Supposed to be a fruity sheepra, I think. Okay. Nightingale, we can throw it in there. We can do zoologist tomorrow. I'm alive. We can do, let's see. Let me find it. Nightingale. Here we go. Nightingale. So we could do, let's see, that's a bird. We could do the birds. We could do nightingale, snow owl, dodo, and is there another bird? Hummingbird. Boom. We could do the stream of the birds tomorrow. Nightingale, snow owl, dodo, even though they can't fly, and hummingbird. That would be a good little live. Zoologist bird. The zoologist bird live. Although we got to do it in the evening because I can't walk around smelling like this shit all day, man. Only in the evenings. I got to have my scent of the day for most of the day. You know what I mean? So like today was Paco Rabanne pour Homme in honor of the passing of the great I wrote his name down. Francisco Robaneta was his real name. Mr. Paco Rabanne. I mean, what memories he left with my household because of my old man's signature scent, Paco Rabanne pour Homme. I really enjoyed this today. This was really, really good. Beautiful barbershop. So yes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Amouage video. 2.5 hours is usually my max, and we're at 2 hours and 44 minutes. So, and I'm gonna go eat some salmon. Not Renault salmon, although if he came on, I'd probably eat his lunch too. But real salmon. I got to get that fish oil and that fish oil in me. I haven't been able to go run or work out or anything this last week because of the snow. So I'm excited to throw a hoodie on and get out there and run. But But yes, I hope you guys appreciated this. Do like and comment and all the crap the YouTubers say. It does really help the algorithm. Let me know what you think in the comments of Cial for women, Memoir Woman, Sunshine Woman, and finally Material. I'd love to hear your thoughts too. Thanks to everybody who, participates and is here and all that good stuff. And we'll hopefully talk soon, talk next time. Cheers, guys. Bye now.